Right, back to work. We just got back from the store. Well, I went up to Wally World and I got protein drinks for Dad because they were out. And I went back and I said, what's today? Today's what? What is today, all y'all? Today's Wednesday? Yeah, it was garbage day. It was trash day. So today's Wednesday. And so I went and they had his protein drinks and I got those. I got 2 more things of drinking waters. I went and looked for tortilla chips and they had, so I bought more salsa, right? And then I think I got a thing of orange juice and some dark chocolate. Why? Because dark chocolate, like with Sirwana, gives you the feeling of being in love. It satisfies a thing in your brain that takes care of lust. So that means that those videos, if you're older and you masturbate. So I have to masturbate less. I have to remind myself I'm still alive and I kill myself with dark chocolate. I understand that too. Most medical professionals don't have the genetics that I have and don't have the capacity to focus on the planet healing because we're living truthfully, because you have faithful courage of kindness. So most medical professionals, there is no league. You're playing with forces outside of your kin. Well, your kin can kiss my Barbie, right? So you got to understand, a lot of the stuff that these people are doing that they see as medical experiments are inconclusive. Like my son works on technology and he has to tell the engineers how their technology is working. And it's not working as good as it should. It really shouldn't have to be working. You should forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. There is no league of their own. There's no crying in baseball, okay? You can cry in baseball. It's okay to cry in baseball. There's nothing wrong with crying in baseball. It's just, I don't understand why. You should cry because we're not living the Lord's Prayer. Even if you're playing baseball, especially if you're playing baseball, right? That's America's pastime. We're passing time, not living the Lord's Prayer and denying the love of the Christ. That sucks. Start crying. Cry. Madonna started crying. Gina Davis start crying, that Rosie O'Donnell start crying, Tom Hanks start crying, everybody cry. Come on. You deserve it. You're funny, I know. But that's the whole thing. You're out of your league. There is no league. Guys, paranoid schizophrenics, okay? Pass that on to their children. It's genetic inheritance, right? There are very few people in the history of the world that are not paranoid schizophrenics or not affected by paranoid schizophrenia because they're afraid everybody will come kill daddy. Like with the young man I talked to with the daughter and the wife, and the daughter was getting a little upset and when I was talking, and the mom was getting nervous about it. And she's afraid. And I'm like, that's okay. Why? Because she's making babies with that man and he's not. And we're post-apocalypse, and who gone and done did that thing down all right. Earl, right. So he's like, just keep the faith. Thanks for the faith is what I told the young man. Just keep loving her and kissing her. I shake your hand. It's cool. You're holding your baby, and she's so cute. You give her those 2 zerberts to the belly. It's always the best. They're so cute. They're adorable, right? So stay focused. Stay focused. Understand what we have to do and how we have to do it and why we have to do it, right? That invention, okay, is a reflection of you. And so, Haile Selassie, anything that you think you gain knowledge from learning is negated if you use it for selfish, the wisdom is negated if you use it for selfish means, right? So there's a reason why he's the Messiah, seriously. I mean, hello, McBurger, McFly. He was right place, right time. Because the white folks had just gotten rid of all the anthropology evidence of Adam and Eve having bigger brains than us and being bigger than us physically, and they took them and shrunk them. And she was Lucy, and she was paramount to an ape, and that was her old body after she died when she was like a long time old, because there wasn't all these pollutants and they lived in a good way. I don't know what they did with that was Eve. They call her Lucy. I don't know what they did with the archaeological find of the bones of Adam. I can't tell you. I'm not. We named the dog Indiana. Or was it the cat? Was it the dog or the cat? We had a cat named Indiana. She ran away. I was not upset about it. Natalie didn't stay upset about it either. Natalie liked Marianne. Okay, Ginger was kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, Marianne was a total sweetheart. That was Natalie's favorite cat. But Amy had to get rid of him because she couldn't afford him. But Marianne and Ginger, yeah. And who else did Natalie? Well, Natalie loved Smitty, and everybody in their right mind adored Smitty. He was fucking hilarious. He was older when we got him, so when he passed him away, he was probably a bit older. And he had injury fighting with the raccoon for the bowl and stuff. And he was a tough cat. He was funny, and he was wonderful. He had an excellent sense of humor. He was absolutely hilarious. He was one of the best cats ever. When Amy said that, tabby cats, the orange tabby cats, they're supposed to have these wonderful personalities. We should get one. The kids will love them. And we went and got one, and he picked us out. So I'm looking for a good, mischievous orange tabby. And I walked right by him, and he grabbed my shirt. Okay. And looked at me like, dude, it's me. And I was like laughing, going, Amy, this is your cat. It's him. She still probably has a huge crush on Ben Affleck. Mr. Precious Perfect is what she called him. Because of Mr. Precious Perfect with Keith Olbermann on a Saturday Night Live with the Homeowners Association, and they won't let Mrs. Precious Perfect in. That was funny. I was laughing my eyes off. I was like, Mr. Precious Perfect. And then he was real goofy. He was a sweetheart. He's real goofy. And she said, he's too goofy and nerdy. It's because he's lonely because he fell in love with the gray alley cat outside. I said, just let the gray alley cat in. No, she had to go pick out another one, so we had to go get Pebbles. She wanted an alpha for her Mr. Precious Perfect. So what happened? We went and got Jennifer Lopez in blackface for Smitty. Smitty had her in control. As long as Smitty was around, Pebbles was tolerable. When Smitty died, Pebbles was intolerable. She was Lola. She was a showgirl. She lost her Rico, and now she's not a Rico. She lost her Tony to Rico, and now she's lost her mind at the Copa. She was a pain in the ass. As long as Smitty was around, she was more than tolerable. He checked her when she was abusive to Moy. When she was, he was always, hey, you're pushing it too far. He was the coolest cat ever. So you're saying Ben Affleck's the coolest cat ever? No, I'm saying Ben Affleck thinks he's the coolest cat ever. I'm the coolest cat ever. We already talked about that in the last video. I'm Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe KC, Thomas O'Malley. O'Malley, the alley cat. No, I'm not saying that Jennifer Lopez is the Duchess. No. Duchess had 3 kids. Jennifer Lopez only has 2. Unless, of course, you're counting Mark. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny. Their dad. I like Mark, man. He's a lot of fun. You ever talk to Mark Anthony in prayer? Mark Muniz, as I refer to him. You ever talk to him in prayer? Yeah, he's a fun guy, man. He's got macho bullshit in him. Oh, yeah. Him and Noah's dad, too. Yeah. That's what I refer to Chris as, is Noah's dad. Noah's dad. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. And when I talk to Chris Perez in prayer, there's no other, okay, well, I'll look it up online and find the other kids up too. Okay, Dad. All right, I love you too. More root beer, less beer. Okay, you understand. Not too many root beer floats. You'll throw up, and then your dad will know why you stayed home from school. And don't eat the Cool Whip. That'll throw you over the edge. Okay. I like Chris Perez. He has a good sense of humor. He's funny. He has macho bullshit in him too. It's like we had these prayers and all the macho, we were so full of macho bullshit. It's like I feel like I'm on a Nava movie, man. A Nava movie. Mi Familia, Oh, man. What was it? I'm Your Puppet. That is a good song. The little Puerto Rican girl he married had him dancing and stuff like that. You should listen to, Doesn't she pass away in childbirth? Yeah, that's not a good one. That's not a good one. We have to make sure. Oh, that also happens in Jersey Girl. Yeah, Raquel Castro. She's so cute. Isn't she so cute? Even if I see her today, you are so cute. You're so cute as Gertie. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Oh, you're cute. I think me being an old man, I think, that she would be like, oh, it's sweet. He thinks I'm cute. I love him. He saved girls from human trafficking all by himself. And in 2000, after 2009 and 10, and in the Obama administration, I don't know about their integrity that they think they had. When Parsons does all the work for you, you might want to sit there and say, yo, thanks. Appreciate you. You're welcome. Okay. Where are you going? To the Gila to live the Lord's Prayer. Thank you. Yeah. Corps of Army Engineers. Higgins, I am not amused. Man, you're not dogs, and you're not Dobermans for Orson Welles' voice. Was that Orson Welles who played the same guy that got all those people killed by playing the April Fool's joke that the Martians were coming? Was it Orson Welles who plays? Now, John Forsythe was Charlie, right? Remember Bosley and the guy on the phone was John Forsythe? Right. And wasn't the guy on the phone that was Robin Masters, wasn't that Orson Welles' voice? I think it was. That was like in the 1980s when Orson Welles was at the twilight, heavenly shades, at the twilight of his career. You know, like Burl Ives and, you know, silver and gold, silver and gold. But that was like in the 50s or 60s when they made that. Yeah, so Burl Ives. So Orson Welles, yeah, Orson Welles was like just a kid. He had a really nice voice. He always had a nice voice. And he, Rosebud. And he, isn't he Citizen Kane or something like that? But he played, you know, wasn't he the voice of Robin Master? I think he was. Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit, right? So, well, when I shave my stuff up like this, I'm being like Mike and Gabe. You know, the billboard sign guys at the Aviar house? You know, Mike and Gabe were there. They usually shave their head. And they have a much longer beard than I do. They let it grow real long. I like it long like this because I like to do this, you know, while I'm thinking. You think they're thinking? What do you think they're thinking? I offered a bird my last smoke and he bit me. Maybe he's trying to quit. Okay, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Mike and Gabe love. Yeah. Smoke Signals is one of their favorite movies. Victor, I remember when your dad took us to Denny's. Some days it's a good day to die, and some days it's a good day for breakfast. Everybody likes Thomas, right? Thomas is full of shit, man. Oh, it's a good movie. It's, you know how Mom said that A Joylet Club was a movie for daughters and mothers, and my Christian sisters don't agree. It's like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of cool in it. It's got more cool in it than not cool. Me and Corey, me, stupid movie, got allergies. Joylet Club forever, right? So yeah, that's Mom's number one granddaughter, Corey. You know, Corey Evan Bowen. It's your dress. Make it any color you want. Seriously, stop acting like a bitch. Sarah, let's go gardening. Hey, let's go gardening. Right. Corey Evan Bowen, the best, you know, the best cousins in the history of the world. According to Ray Nene Renee, Patrick, Noah, Emily, and Kate. And I bet you Chrome, if he's ever met Corey, I like Corey, he's fun. He is fun. Yeah, he's a fun guy. He's a good guy. I only met Lydia once, and she looked like it was not fun because she looked at me like a, you know, like Justin and some of the other people, like I was a monkey in a zoo, like I was an animal, like I was the stir crazy guy, you know, like I was gonna jump up on a table naked and dance with an Aztec headdress and shit. Wow, he's crazy. Yeah, girl's crazy. He thinks he's God. Okay, God's omniscient and omnipotent. Okay, why don't you tell all the people that tell you they're God that they think they're God and they're crazy? Okay, you only tell the guy who explains to them that they're not God that he's crazy. Wow. I feel like I'm in a Nava movie here, man. I feel like I'm in a freaking Nava movie here. I'm going to walk from Mexico to California, and it's only going to take 3 weeks. 3 months later. Okay, do you understand? What was the other one that Nava made? Didn't he make the Selena movie? Did he make the Selena movie? I think Nava made Mi Familia, and he made the Selena movie. Did he make the Border Town movie también? I'm not sure. Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. But I'm certain that Nava made Mi Familia, and I'm pretty sure he made the Selena movie. Didn't he? I'm going to find out. You guys better tell me. I better hear, yes, Ralph, thank you, coconuts. Okay, thank you. Don't make me go look. Don't make me turn this car around. Who's milking this duck, right? You're funny. I just, I went to Walmart. I connect to people in prayer. It's what I do. It's what I do. I correct technology with the truth. The one lady I talked to is so sweet. When I sat and I explained it to her, and by the time I was done explaining it to her, she was like Emily when she was young. You're right. That's so wonderful. Thank you. You're so sweet. She told me, and I was like, that was beautiful. Wasn't that beautiful? I'm still giddy about it now. I'm still giddy about it when I think about it now. It was a white lady closer to, probably a little bit younger, but around my age. Okay. And I saw her and I sat there and I said, if, all those books they have for religions, if there was a guy who actually performed the apocalypse under military surveillance, and the only people that knew about it was him and military intel and NASA, did it not happen? And she went, well, that's tough. So it still happens, even if the only people that see it try to make it available. So once he did it, once he ended conflict over philanthropy, which is genocidal, and redeemed the truth, then it happened, even if it's just NASA and military intel that saw it, right? And she goes, you're right. So the stories in the books are true, and he loves you, and he's already performed the apocalypse, and it's already happening. She goes, that's wonderful. And I said, I know, isn't it? And we're doing it right now. And she goes, we are. Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you. She was so sweet. I was like, isn't that beautiful? At first, she was nervous when I talked to her. She was kind of nervous. This is kind of, it's kind of like Sheldon talking to me about the bath salts and stuff, and are we lovers or girlfriends and stuff, because at first that's how a lot of people are. You're just randomly, no, I don't randomly come and talk to people. I talk to people that I feel I need to talk to because I simply adore connecting to the beauty of the soul. Even if they're shitty to me, yes. I prefer connecting to the people that are not shitty to me. Like the thing with the little girl that got upset because the mom was a little afraid of the conversation because she was fearing for her husband's life because of the way these people are. I was like, you don't have to fear. It's already, me and the lady already talked about it in front of the store and shared it with some of the other people. It's nice. It's neat. Yay. Right. And so, so it's neat, so the apocalypse has already been performed for you by the living Messiah, and he simply adores you. Okay. And no, I sat and I watched this video. What was it? I'm going to let this one keep playing. But the one we just made, the Formers. But yeah, there's this one about this guy, and he had 4 billion views, right? Because the way he used the word benevolent in a topic or a sentence, right? And they all went off on it because he talked about benevolent billionaires, right? And it's like, what? And then he said he went and he met a guy at a place called X, which is that Elon Musk? I'm not sure. Okay. But he says, if you're the richest person in the world, you have a tremendous impact on the world. You're very important to the world. It's like, that's not true. Adolf Hitler had more money than Jesus. Chiang Kai-shek had more money than Muhammad. Muhammad and Jesus didn't have any money. Muhammad did not have money. No, he was a merchant, and he almost lost a friend arguing over a quarter, which is equivalent of a quarter. And he said it wasn't worth it, but he realized that the person wasn't a friend because he was willing to dissolve their friendship over what amounts to a quarter. So a lot of times you think you can trust people and you think they love you, but their money is more important to them than their relationship with you. He's wonderful. If you've never talked to Muhammad in prayer, most of you are complete brain chemical addicted liars, and he ain't going to talk to you in prayer. Okay, so if you want to talk to Muhammad in prayer, you're going to have to talk to my nephew or talk to me. Okay, otherwise you ain't going to talk to Muhammad in prayer. You're going to talk about it for money on TV and say, I'm just helping you out, brother. I'm just helping you out. But everybody knows he's a scripture hack. He's a fucking liar. Hi, my name's Zakir Noack, and I support this message. Is he still alive? Is he still with us? Okay. He's a mean little man. That's a mean fucking man. Damn, he's mean as hell. And it's like, no wonder people don't want to be religious. You're an asshole. Okay. In order to have a religious understanding that people understand and want to live eternally, you have to have the courage of kindness, of the truth of faithful love. Otherwise, people ain't going to want to believe in what you have to say because it's mean. Okay. Like me and the one young girl, the worker at Walmart, talked about, when I sit there looking for Dad's protein drinks. I said, people, billionaires, and me and the 2 gentlemen by the eggs, they were hilarious. But billionaires aren't afraid of the truth. They're afraid of lie. That's why they keep making more money, okay? And so they call money work. The more money they make, the more harder they work, right? And work is love. ringing in the sheaves, ringing, and you know how little girls are when someone's hungry. Daddy, like with Michael Tyson's kids, Daddy, they need apples. Daddy, they need apples, like Princess Jasmine on the movie with those apples. Just some monkey will pay for it with the Sultan. You're the monkey, Dad. Let's go down there. We'll give all those kids apples. Come on, Daddy, let's go. Which shows they have a kind heart. Okay, so there's a kindness in that Holy Covenant that produced. God dang it! Didn't he have a little girl that passed away through an accident in the house doing something athletic and fun? And shit. Oh man, that's a tough one. That's like Ted's nephew Todd. And, oh shit, that hurts. That's a. I don't like to talk about that. But we need to, because we need to be living the Lord's Prayer, and we need better living conditions so girls and kids, like my friend Ray Andrews, how'd you get that scar? Well, I was watching Superman, and I tied a towel around my neck and tried to jump off the sofa and cut my head on the coffee table. Mom, don't ever do that stuff again, right? And it happens. I think the same thing happened with Eric Clapton's child. He was being babysit, and his mom and dad went to an event, and he was trying to do something he saw on TV, and they lived in a high-rise apartment in New York. So that one where they talk about, I watched Speed Racer, where the guy dies because he chooses to commit suicide in the cartoon, but in the cartoon in the United States, it's an accident. But in Japan, it's suicide, like on that movie Babel, where the little girl's going to jump out, where she looked at the hairy monster and she was just lonely. She just wanted to be touched because she lived in such a cold, antiseptic environment. And then she tried to kill herself, and the dad, who was still upset about the mom but didn't grieve, just went back to work. And the daughter, he made her go back to work and stuff too, back to school. And she went to jump, and he went and grabbed her, and, and she got touched for the first time in affection since her mom had died, and her dad had to do it by coming home at a time he wasn't supposed to catch her from jumping off the balcony to kill herself. You ever seen that movie? Right. And so you got to understand how lonely it is in controlled environments in the East. You got to understand our family in the East that are given life by the glory of God. The Chinese aren't aliens. The Japanese and the Koreans aren't aliens. They're human beings being tortured in the bowels of hell with you. You don't want to sell me music. You don't want to sing sexy songs and dress sexy and dance like you're part of the Temptations or the Silvers or or Shalimar or the Jacksons. You want to go home and rethink your life. You don't want to K-pop anymore. You want to stay home and love and be loved in return. If you have to travel anywhere, it's because something needs to be done to make sure that we're doing things correctly so we can love and live in holy covenants. Transhumanist type economies are no longer necessary. They're not necessary. They're not prevalent anymore. They've been eradicated from the face of the earth by the truth of faithful love of the living Messiah. I happen to be the living Messiah. Yeah. So, I thank you. You're welcome. I know, it's cool. Okay. Yeah. The fat, the overweight guy from chemical poisoning from all the jealous scientists and super soldiers in the valley of the Rio Grande, where the valley of death, where they put up a statue and say, "Hey, here's a statue commemorating murdering people over money instead of living the Lord's Prayer. Here's some money to go Las Vegas and feel happy till you die, getting the girlfriend experience up there with John Legend singing Save Room for Me for that." Which he's passed away since then, Buddy the Elstad. Yeah, he's passed away. He's not in Las Vegas anymore at the casinos. Tell me you love me for a million years, and if it don't work out, right? Anybody else like Johnny Nash? He sings it just as good as the casinos, if maybe not better, because man has such a good voice. Ask Javon Ruth Pete. If she hasn't listened in the future, she will listen, and she will go, "He is right. That is wonderful. It's as good as Hold Me Tight," and he really sings it good. I have it on my MP3. If you must go, no, I won't grieve. If you'll just wait a lifetime before you leave. But if you must go, I won't tell you no. I don't have as pretty and sweet of a voice as Johnny Nash. Johnny Nash has one of the best voices. Bob Marley really loved Johnny Nash. Really liked his voice. I can see clearly now, Stir It Up. Yeah, he loved the way he sings Stir It Up. And it's like, well, who in their right mind doesn't? He loved Johnny Nash's voice. And it's like, well, yeah, because he wasn't a hater. Okay. He was like, that's beautiful. That man's voice is beautiful. I concur. You know. He also particularly liked Kentucky Woman by Neil Diamond. And he liked Baby I Love Your Way by Peter Frampton. It's like, who didn't? Some people don't. Really? They're entitled to their opinion. Just because they don't have a good opinion doesn't mean they're not entitled to it. Okay. Brown and gray and blue besides. It's a good tune. It's a very good tune. Yeah. Bob had, he had really good taste in music. Yeah, he liked a lot of other people's music, and lots of people do, So yeah, and he introduced his daughter to "Stick It Up, Mister. Get your hands in the air now, yeah. Put your hands in the air, sir, and you will get no hurt, Mister. No, no, no. I say yeah. Let me hear you say yeah." 54, I'm Rasta. No, I'm not a Fed. 54, 46 was my number, man. Right now, someone else has that number. Oswald does a really good job with it. Brinsley Dad's good, and Drummy, everybody, all lovers love Drummy Zeb, right? Right, okay. And when we're living the Lord's Prayer, the music's even better. It's public domain, Ralph. Listen to music Solomon style. Thank you, King David. We love you. Yay! Okay, do you understand? When one man stands for our faith without fear, that'll do, pig. That'll do, right? Okay, guys. I loved you very much. Okay? Don't be the little piggy that went to the market. Okay? You don't need the market. All you need is to live the Lord's Prayer. Okay? Most men fail. CIA survival guide. What every man needs to do when violence what? Okay. You make money off of genocide. Okay. What gives you the audacity to think you can tell men that they're failing? Okay. You need to stand up for the Lord's Prayer if I'll feel there. I'm a CIA survival guide, asshole. Yeah, look at me with those fucking eyes. And open your fucking ears. Okay, dumbass. Okay. There's no such thing as luck. You're fortunate, I love you. You're fortunate. And fortune favors the courage of kindness of the faithful. Then you're truly brave. Alrighty then. Homeless crisis. There's the kid. Sean Ryan Clips. I walked over a dead body inside California's homeless thing. Okay, stop doing stupid shit for money and stand up for the Lord's Prayer and stop acting like an asshole. You've met the most insidious people in the world. The most influential person in the world. The power and the glory is God. And I never met this kid. Okay, he said, I met the most powerful man in the world. Technically, I'm not powerful. I'm the most influential. I'm the Messiah. The president, he's a puppet for a puppet show that mass murders people over money with technology. Okay, there you go. Boom, there you go. Okay. And Kennedy, it wasn't quite that way. He was killed because he wanted in the puppet show because he didn't want to be Kukla, Fran, or Ali. Okay, guys, I love you very much. Thank you. This is a song that never ends. It just ended. Thank you, Zorak. Okay. Cartoon Planet starring you.